his name is
Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon was able to become the dictator of France due to his status as a war hero, and less so the instability of the French government. Napoleon, a war hero, the general of the French army of Italy, and an absolute badass. Even though the French Revolution had toppled the French monarch, Napoleon effectively became the first consul, which is basically the dictator, in 1800 and became the Emperor of France in 1804. Just how does the general working under the Republic government of France gather enough power to topple the government that worked so hard to remove the monarch system? In short, he was famous. They probably knew him as Napoleon, the badass who saved everybody, because he kind of did. The weakness of the French government also played a role in becoming the dictator, but all would have been impossible if he hadn't been so popular. He's like Donald Trump, not the best leader ever, but he's rich and famous, and also he owns an army of the best soldiers. Part 1. Why is he so famous? Because he was a badass. But the long answer is that he was a military genius and a badass. Here's some context. 1790s France was a crappy place to Inquisition-style government in the country at the time, the Committee of Public Safety, and 2, everybody hated France. France just created a government where they removed the monarch system, and other European nations with monarchs, which is pretty much everybody else, felt threatened, and more exactly, the monarchs of the monarchies felt threatened. 3. Everybody declared war upon France at the same time. The first coalition consisting of England, Sardinia, Piedmont, Holy Roman Empire, Prussia, and Austria. By the way, the Queen Antoinette was the Holy Roman Emperor Leopold's second sister, so Holy Roman Empire really hated France, and because her head got chopped off. And the nations in the coalitions are big and powerful countries all gaining up on France in the first coalition war. No, not that coalition. 4. France is basically screwed. Yeah. Napoleon became relatively known during the beginning of his military career. The government was like, cool, that kid just murdered all the royalists. Wow. They promoted him to be in charge of the cannons, and cool. He outflanked the Sardinian army in Sarajevo and won us the battle. Promoted to commander-in-chief of the French army of Italy. Cool. He won the battle of... I can't pronounce any of this, by the way. Montenotte, Mondovi, Lodi, conquering the Italian states of northern Italy and later the Papal States, seized Mantua, won Rovereto, Bassano, Ercole, Rivioli, I can't pronounce French, and during the same time removed Austria and Piedmont from the coalition. They're pretty much the only guys fighting, and scared the crap out of the Holy Roman Empire, and they surrendered. So he removed 3 countries from the coalition, basically ending it in 3 years. Basically hero status. Albeit he didn't do it single-handedly, but everybody in France thinks he did it single-handedly. Hell, even I believe he did it single-handedly. The public thinks he's a hero and that's what matters, and by the end of the war he basically owns the army. Part 2. Why does any of that matter? In short, Napoleon and this guy named Emmanuel Joseph Sayes plotted a coup against the already failing government, the Directory. The Directory is highly unpopular with the people, because of the levée en masse, which basically recruited everybody that can fight to fight, which was impressive because the French government mobilized the entire nation towards the war effort, but in doing so, they crippled their economy. More importantly, during that time, Napoleon basically owns the French army of Italy. Due to his success fighting with that army, the army was willing to follow Napoleon into the coup. And with his success in the Italian front, the French government had given Napoleon the best soldier. With his high popularity within the population, the coup he was a part of was certainly successful. All of that was caused by his success during the coalition wars. In short, Emmanuel Joseph Sayes forced the president of the Directory to resign by encircling Paris with the army, and Napoleon broke into the building that holds the Directory, or the Council of 500. The Directory, seeing him being accompanied by soldiers, named Napoleon a criminal. And naturally, the soldiers aren't going to shoot the national legend Napoleon, so the soldiers shot the people who named him criminal, and Napoleon named himself the first consul, which is basically the most powerful person in the government, aka the dictator. Napoleon, whom is in possession of the hero status, was immensely important because no one was able to challenge him due to his popularity, and later when he was reconfirming his position as the first consul, supposedly 99% of the votes wanted Napoleon to become the leader of France. Without his popularity, Napoleon probably would have been shot in the Directory, and his newly established government might have been succumbed to another counter-coup. But due to his unimaginably high approval rating, which was the result of the success he had during the First Coalition War, made the coup and naming himself dictator possible. It's like planning a coup against Superman. It would be crazy, right? Oh yeah.
I wish that I could turn back time.